Welcome everyone. This is a Ragnarok here with episode 9 of my Total War Saga Thrones of Britannia Let's Play as Gwyned on Legendary difficulty.
Warriors will not falter.
I don't know if we can quite reach this.
For the glory of the country.
However,
Every man will do
actually,
his
yeah, well,
duty.
it's like
Attack
just
as
out of
one.
range with him there,
Battle call.
but we can take it with this general,
duty.
and he will be. We can subjugate them, which we're not going to do. We're going to sack and occupy, I think.
Send them packing. As commanded.
Alright, faction destroyed. That should get our war fervor.
Can't.
Just have to defeat them, and then war fervor should start heading in the right direction. Let's take a look. So everybody around us is friendly for the most part. So our lands are a little bit scattered over here, but for the most part we've got friendly folk in the areas, and we'll just let this repair on its own for now.
Our spirits are resolute.
Not sure whether or not we're gonna keep this
Enemies, beware.
general in the field. We
Right.
probably actually don't need him. Actually, let's disband him for now.
For the glory
Save
of
a
the
little bit of money.
country. We serve.
And once we're gonna spend some time building up our infrastructure and just getting some food going, and then we'll start building up our forces and planning where we're going to invade next.
Eager for action.
Probably these guys.
For the glory of the country.
Just gonna leave them as garrison forces, and we'll build a supporting stack for
We will serve you well.
Anarut. I think more than likely we're gonna come down here and scoop up this territory, and then I guess we'll have to take on Wessex maybe. Got lots of friends, sort of. Would obviously like to become allies with them, but I think that's gonna take quite a bit of time before we can deteriorating, eh? Yeah, I think if we're gonna become a lot, gain alliances with most of these guys, we're gonna have to pay them for the alliances. We're gonna have to start sending gifts and things like that, and I'm not sure I want to do that.
We are Arthur's
At least I definitely don't want to do it yet until we can sort of afford to do it, really.
My warriors will not falter.
Anyway, I don't think there's much for us to do technology-wise. One more turn. This. I would imagine the longbowmen probably have better range, so we might want to do that. Definitely want to get this sword skill as well.
Every
Anyway,
man will
it's
do
at the end turn. Alright, so let's continue with Dark Age Warrior and Mythic Hero by John Mathews. So, it was not long before such hordes of these alien peoples crowded into the island that the natives who had invited them began to live in terror. For the Angles suddenly made an alliance with the Picts, whom they had recently repelled, and prepared to turn their armies against their allies. They began by demanding a greater supply of provisions. Then, seeking to provoke a quarrel, threatened that unless larger supplies were forthcoming, they would terminate their treaty and ravage the whole island. In short, the fires kindled by the pagans proved to be God's just punishment on the sins of the nation. These heathen conquerors devastated the surrounding cities and countryside, extending the conflagration from the eastern to the western shores without opposition, and established a strong stranglehold over nearly all the doomed island. Welsh brethren. Welsh people in Serranu have been oppressed by Wessex for years now, so it wouldn't take too much for us to turn them against the Anglo-Saxons. Should we light the fires of revolt? Should work with them against Wessex. Retaliation is highly likely to conquer them. Welsh people can only truly be free if we are protecting them. Leave them alone. Best not to provoke West Sax. Leave them to their own fate. Annex them. After to integrate them into our government. I think we're gonna go with this because I believe let's just leave them alone for now.
My rank has increased.
Don't want to whose rank has increased? Is this the governor? He's got a low lord. Alright, cool. Give you a priest. You in line a little bit.
No.
I just do not want to make it easy for us to finish you off.
Never. No. Honor and glory.
Alright, we can reach them. Just perfect. Alright, tech. I really do want to get these longbows. I do also really want to get this. Let's go longbows first, and then we'll go down this way.
We will serve you well.
I feel like these guys are just going to run off.
Their doom.
But no, they're going to stand and fight. Okay, auto-resolve would be fine here, but it's really unlikely that we're going to get a battle in anytime soon after this. So we might as well fight it. Just get a little bit of action in and just continue to get a handle on the units, controlling them and what their capabilities are and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, this army is in really hard shape. Ah, there's a river crossing. Should be able to do most of the work here with the archers, I think. He's 34 already. Gone through a decent chunk of the early game of the campaign. We'll want to get on the move and start conquering some more lands. There's nothing. Yeah, they really have no chance here in this battle. Of them. Way outnumbered. One thing they do have going for them is, I guess it is a river crossing, so. Rather fight in the fog than the rain. There we go. Okay. Is there anywhere else to cross? Does not look like it. I don't think we can get across any of this. Just a bridge. That's it. Doesn't look like a cross here anywhere. Sometimes you can fjord these. It's really unfortunate that they didn't introduce the like naval warfare on the rivers for this because I mean that was an extremely important part of the this time period, the battles. You guys over the side. You guys on the side. There. And archers, we're gonna put you guys out front for now. That's us. Just shoot whatever comes over there. Alright, this is gonna be an interesting battle, I guess. Should I do this?
Spearmen! Into formation then!
Into formation then!
Bowman!
You gonna come across?
The enemy tremble before our superior numbers!
Levy men! Levy men! Pick those feet up! Blood will flow!
We go up here. Javelins. Javelins. Archers. Let's get these guys up front and just get them in the spear wall. Let them absorb the damage.
We'll ruin their day! Levy men!
Let the archers do their thing. Let's take out these archers first, I think.
I think we need to move back a bit!
Not gonna worry about the scout horsemen just yet. We're gonna actually come across. Where you guys going?
We outnumber the double time, men! Up the pace!
Switch. Stay on this shot. We're actually gonna come over. Shit.
Swordsman! Quick march in it!
These guys should be fine to hold over here.
They're firing at archers! Archers!
Raise shields!
Steady now!
Take out those javelins.
See! They flee before our might!
What the hell? I guess it's not too far of a jump.
Levy men! That's the way!
A little bit of damage here, but nothing too.
Spearmen! Charge! Archers! They're firing at us!
Shoot the archers. Down.
Charge!
Should actually try and run some of these guys down. Taking a couple casualties here, but nothing. Yeah, sorry, this is kind of a boring battle, but whatever. They don't really have any options here. I'm surprised that they came at us, that we didn't have to attack them, because we are on the attack.
Jesus condemns traitors!
Alright, yeah, those units should be.
Levy men! Combat's in our blood!
Now we're talking!
You guys back here, and let's actually get you guys over here, maybe get some shots in behind. Better angle on them.
Levy men! Kill them!
Where's our cav?
Needs thrashing! Spearmen! Horsemen!
I'm gonna send these guys in because we're gonna want to run some of these guys down. Switch to flaming shot. shoot at the general.
The enemy general is dead!
That was quick.
Our general is under attack!
This can cease fire, and we're just gonna run some of these guys down. Sorry. Cease fire.
We are the cavalry!
And we'll just let the cavalry escape. Fire mode, marker fire. Well, skirmish mode. Halt. Okay, that's the halt button.
That's the way! Mangle them!
Yeah, it used to be like a hand for halting, but they replaced it with a big red axe. X.
Trust them!
Fun. Run these guys down.
Praise Jesus for this victory.
Alright, I think that should be good. Should be fine. Alright, so another faction destroyed. Managed to lose 66. But it's okay. Yeah, we'll rinse.
Advance, warriors!
Alright, cool. Alright, so our war fervor should start moving in the right direction. We want to get this into the deep into the green before we start our next wars. And Anarut, I think we're gonna get you to move down to here. No, over to here. Because I think in this area it's going to be our next.
No chance.
What do we got here?
We will serve you well.
Probably actually move this way. This is probably the
Never.
first place we should attack.
We
Their
cannot.
armies over here.
We
Sieging
cannot.
these guys. Oh, it looked like we had a rebellion here. Yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit like a jigsaw puzzle. But I think, yeah, pretty good. Diplomacy.
Lay out your propositions, my friend.
Wow, they're at war with a lot of folks. If we were to offer. Why can't I click on it? Can I click on it? Oh, okay. There. Hell? Oh, son of a bitch. These guys are all. Oh, son of a bitch. Hey, actually, take a look at this here again. So, West Sax. These are all their vassals. Motherfucker. These are their vassals. So if we come down here, this means war with Wessex. which I don't think we're quite ready for just yet. We need to get this under control, get the food going, and we just need to get everything sort of organized a little bit before we start thinking war with Wessex. Not necessarily opposed to it, but we just need to get things built up a little bit first, and let's get the war fervor back under control. Yeah, otherwise, I mean, we could go north, take on Northumbria. Or we could always turn on Powys, or do it. But I don't think that's a great idea. I think we just cultivate these relationships for now. And it'll just make things a little bit easier as the campaign goes on. Bede goes on to paint a grim picture of the cities burned to the ground, priests killed at their altars, wide-scale famine and death, people sold into slavery, and whole communities put to the sword. Vortigern's standing, not surprisingly, diminished rapidly from here on, and he became a fugitive from his own people. His son, Vortimer, briefly took over his father's role, and being a far more sympathetic figure, succeeded in raising an army to fight back against the Saxons. Indeed, he was so successful that he won several major victories against his father's former allies. Then, Vortimer died suddenly, supposedly poisoned by a Saxon spy.
My deeds increase my renown.
Alright. Yeah, so the rest of the episode is probably going to be pretty quiet for the time being. Let's give you Scribe. Just spend some time building things up a little bit. Public order is looking good here. And these border wars should go down over time. Continue building up the food supply and building it up in these areas in the main settlements. I think it'll be really valuable for us, just because they're a lot easier to hold. The other ones are a little bit more, or they're not quite as reliable holding on to them.
We are Arthur's folk, true of heart.
Just want to take a look at this. Yeah, I mean, the other option would be to possibly come over to Ireland, but I think war with Wessex is going to be an eventuality, and I think we'll use employ the same strategy that we used against Mercia. Let's actually get over here and deal with these rebels.
No.
Actually, we'll let someone else deal with them. I'm not gonna worry about them. Just trying to think where we want to position Anarut right now. I guess we come down this way. I don't see any. Doesn't make sense to go north and attack anyone up here. I think it just, yeah, taking on Wessex is the only real option we have at the moment.
Every man will do his duty. Get moving!
Yeah, just get our food surplus up.
For the glory of the Cymry!
I don't know that we actually need these guys here, but just like having them here nonetheless.
My warriors will not falter.
Just in case they're needed for whatever reason. Should start soon building up another army. We want to get the income coming in. But let's take a look at the public order. Slightly unhappy. Yeah, public order is looking good. We'll want to consider boosting up the taxes as well, I guess. This brief reversal of fortune was sufficient to put Vortigern back into favor for sufficient time to enable him to attempt a conciliatory meeting with the Saxon leaders, Hengist and Horsa, arranged a gathering between his own chieftains, as many of the British leaders who were still prepared to listen to him, and the Saxons. What followed is vividly described by Nennius. The enemy planned to overcome Vortigern and his army by cunning. Both the Britons and the Saxons were to come unarmed to solemnly swear an alliance, but Hengist ordered his men to hide their knives in their boots. And when I say, Saxons, eminent Saxes, take your knives out of your boots and attack them, but do not kill their king. For the sake of my daughter, his wife, take him prisoner, because he will be more use to us as a hostage for ransom. They promised to obey and went to the meeting. Saxons spoke like friends and behaved with great courtesy. The men sat down so that each Saxon sat next to a Briton. Then Hengist cried out as he had said he would, and the 300 chieftains of Vortigern were all slaughtered. He alone was taken prisoner and put in chains. To save his life and win his freedom, he had to cede many regions, including Essex, Sussex, and Middlesex. Right, I think that's another thing that they missed out on adding into this game is the whole hostage situation that should have been able to capture key characters or key characters' wives and things like that and ransom them for quite a bit of loot. But yeah, again, I think it's something that they missed out. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to end the episode here because I'm kind of in a situation where I want to really take some time and look at the map and figure out and start to plan what I'm going to do next. And I don't want you guys to have to sit through that. I know this was a bit of a quieter episode, but more than likely we're going to start building up forces to invade Wessex. And attacking these guys means war against Wessex. So I don't know. I'm not sure what else really we can do. Looks like these rebels are going to be taken care of for us. And war fervor, I think, is slowly moving in our favor. Should be anyway. Keep an eye on that. But yeah, I'm going to take a little bit of time and plan out exactly what it is I want to do. And we can probably start boosting up the tax here as well. Just get things under control. Public order. It's moving in the right direction, which is good. Anyway, guys, episode number 10 is next. Maybe I'll make it an hour long. I'm not sure. Hope you have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one. Ragnarok signing out.